Fair point. And that brings up the importance of a jury. In a jury trial, in a criminal case, the jury decides what the facts are. The judge determines what the law is as applied to those facts. Now, what does that mean? It means that jurors hear testimony from witnesses. They look at documentary evidence. They will look at video and audio recordings. They will look at all of the admissible evidence that both sides present. Keyword there being admissible. Most of the stuff that Donald Trump has talked about presenting at trial is not going to be admissible because it's not relevant. He's not going to get to litigate the 2020 election and whether or not it was stolen in any of these trials because that is not relevant to the charges that he is facing. Whether or not the 2020 election was stolen is fact or not doesn't matter. Because, and this is the analogy that I've seen a lot of people make. If I think my bank owes me $100, I'm not allowed to go rob that bank, even if it's true that my bank owes me $100. Whether or not it's true that the 2020 election was stolen, it's not true. Even if it was true, Donald Trump would not be permitted to litigate that question during any of these trials because the steps that he took to rectify that situation were illegal. They were felonies. Now, it will be up to the jury to weigh the credibility of witnesses. Who is absolutely not going to testify live in any of these trials? Donald Trump. He can't take the stand. He cannot. And I don't think he will. I don't think he has the balls to get up there because even he is smart enough to understand the damage that that would do. His cross-examination at the hands of Jack Smith. His cross-examination at the hands of Fani Willis on live television. He's never going to do that. Now, so the jury will see the video of Kristen Welker's interview with him that aired this morning, where he said it was my decision relative to all of the efforts that were made to overturn the 2020 election. A few months ago, MSNBC host Ari Melber put together this handy chart. It's a chart of the 8 different conspiracies that were being run out of the Oval Office, which Donald Trump today admitted were his decision. Rudy Giuliani's 60 lawsuits that he lost, the fake electors across 7 states, getting the states to overturn votes, pressuring state officials to overturn votes, getting Congress to overturn the votes, after presumably getting Mike Pence to refuse to accept electoral votes from certain states, taking over the Department of Justice to interfere with the states in the state election results, the fake electors. They were discussing having the military seize voting machines and sabotaging January 6th. Donald Trump admitted this morning that all 8 of those conspiracies were his decision. And you can find this chart very easily. I just Googled Ari Melber chart of Trump conspiracies. It's super handy. I keep it taped on my wall by my desk. Donald Trump admitted this morning that all of those conspiracies were his decision. He admitted it. The jury will see that interview and they will decide whether he is credible in that interview. If they believe he's credible in that interview, they will treat that as an admission. They will treat that as an admission that he did indeed decide to engage in all 8 of these conspiracies. And I think Jack Smith's indictment covers 4 or 5 of the conspiracies on this list. What he admitted this morning is massive. It is huge. It is not something that he has ever admitted before. it's huge. It makes Jack Smith's job much, much, much easier.